Today I'm going to teach you how to create this little hat hook. It's a clip-on hat hook so that you can clip it onto your hat and not tear a hole in your hat and not spend the money to buy one. It's a quick little project that is extremely easy. So what you're going to need is, of course, you're going to need a hook, a couple pairs of pliers, a blowtorch, a vise if you have it. If you don't, just have a friend hold a pair of pliers so that you can work, and then a little bucket of water. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put your hook in the bench vise like this with the eye up, and that little bend right there, we're going to want to get that out. So how you're going to do that is you're going to start up your blowtorch, light it up, and then you're going to heat up the eye and the bend. The paint's going to come off, but that's okay. It's going to come off with the heat. Then you have to bend it out, but you can't let it cool down too much. You have to keep it hot or else it will break. And when it breaks, it's not fun. Then you just wasted a hook, and yeah. So you're gonna keep heating it up and slowly bending it until you get it completely straight. And shouldn't take too long, but it is a little time consuming, just so that you don't break it. I like to keep it red hot so that it bends easy and that I know when I need to heat it up again. Keep it like that, and then just don't touch it whatsoever, because it will burn you and it can put you in the hospital. So once you do that, you're gonna turn off your blowtorch so you don't waste propane. Grab your hook and you're gonna quench in some water. Just dunk in the water so that's cool. And then right now you need to bend it about here so that you have a decent amount to work with and you have a decent amount of hook showing. So if you just put it into the vise where you want it to bend, then you can just heat up at the bottom and just bend it over. So just put it in there, start up your torch again, and you're just going to heat it up. Make sure it's hot and try to keep it down at the bend. You don't want to keep going up and down because that's just a waste of propane. You gotta get your pliers ready, and then you take away the heat, bend it over. Once you got that bend started, you can heat it up again and kind of hit it with the pliers, almost like it's an anvil. And then just keep making sure it's flat. Once you got that, that doesn't take too long since you have the vise to hammer it against. If you have a friend, just kind of bend it more than hammering it. Try not to hurt your friend either. And then at this point, you're going to need your other pair of pliers. Or if you have your friend, you can just have them hold it up a little bit more. Or you're just going to need your other pair of pliers. Maybe even quench it so that you can touch it and mess with it. And you're going to want to put it right there, so that you're holding this long piece of hook right there. And you're going to want to heat it up so that it bends easier and doesn't break. And this time you can just start it and just use it as it's sitting down. But I'm gonna hold it because I can. And you're gonna want to heat it up red hot again. And just bend it so that you have a bend to clip onto your hat. And just make sure it's a big enough bend for your hat. You might even want to quench it and put it on your hat. And for this part you might have to keep testing it, but I didn't think I did because it looks fairly good to me. Now it's going to be hot, so quench it. Then sometimes your eye of the hook's going to be facing like this. In this case it worked out fairly well to where it's like this. But if it's like this, you're going to want to heat up right here and bend the eye so that it's like this. Okay, so right now you can see all the red showing, and so to get rid of that, you're going to use the blowtorch again. If you like that look, you can leave it. If you don't, then you can do what I'm doing. But just start up the blowtorch and just melt it all off. Just gonna want to melt it off. Shouldn't take too long. Under my hook it's gold, but I'm just gonna keep melting it. Sometimes you can get this rainbow effect that looks really cool. I don't know if I'm gonna get it with, oh, you can kind of see it. You've got that rainbow looking effect. So that worked really well. So just gonna quench in the water, and like that you're done. Oh, that's all the way out. No. Okay, so at that point you're done. You can just take it off, try on your hat, make sure it fits. If it doesn't fit, just keep messing with it. As you can see, it looks like that. So for that, I'm gonna just put a little bend in the hook right here. Just a little bend so that it bends into the hat. And as you can see, since I didn't heat it up, it didn't work. It just broke. So that's why you heat it up before you try to do any bending. Just, if you heat it up, then it'll work. If you don't, this happens. So just, if you're gonna bend it, try to heat it up, because that happens. So you can see that I've already done one and that it works. I did another one, it worked too. Then I tried a third time and it broke off right here. And then this is my fourth time trying it and it broke off as well. So it works if you heat it up well, and for this one it bends into the hat really well. Shades and wave to yesterday. The sun